Hey, what's up? It's Joe. Welcome to my 5-Minute Friday for July 21st. So I know I'm a bit late getting this out again. Hey, but get what you pay for, right? So, which is a grand total of nothing right now. So just been kind of swamped this week working on a course for O'Reilly, Intro to Data Engineering course. I kind of think of this course as being the greatest hits of the book. It really much follows the book. It's not a technical deep dive. That's not the point of it. It's more to teach you a lot of the kind of the overarching concepts of what you need to know as a data engineer, in my opinion. And then from there, I think it sets you up, gives you a lot more context. So when you do take technical courses, you'll have a better framework for understanding how all this stuff fits in. So stay tuned for that announcement. I think it's going to be a fun course, and got a lot more things in the works. But kind of looping back to the discussion that I had last week in my newsletter and in my 5-Minute Friday about what if we just burn it all down. I'm thinking a lot more about this. Obviously, I'm not of the opinion we should burn it all down. I think we need to keep things going. But I'm reading this comment here on Ben Rogozin's, also the Seattle Data Guys video that we did a bit ago about data modeling. And I just want to read this comment. I know I'm probably shouldn't read comments, but this one in particular I think kind of highlights. It's more of a symptom, I think, of just kind of the rot in the industry right now, and how I think we need to, again, get back to basics. Let me just read it to you. So the comment says, quote, "This feels like a waste of time. People like this," probably referring to me, "have no answer to how Kimball's and star schema design changed in the face of the columnar storage and unlimited compute. It's sad. It's like your grandfather trying to relive his glory days when the world has moved on." So yeah, thanks for the comment. And why does this basically, I think, illustrate the rot in our industry? I think what my problem with this sort of thinking is that because we have, columnar storage and unlimited compute, we don't need to think about the design of the data model. That we can just throw infinite amounts of compute at problems and it's all solved. So people, the comment that people like myself have no answer to this. First, I can probably run technical circles around this person any day of the week, name a time and place if you want. But Kimball and star schema really helps you define the concept of your business as it relates to business intelligence, right? So I still think that practice does apply, right? So however you implement it physically, I think is your call. But I think that the practice of understanding, what are the the facts, what are the dimensions and so forth of your business, I think that still stays. You need to be able to separate out things that are transactional and events from the things that support them, the concepts. So, and I think just the idea that you can just throw unlimited compute, unlimited storage, unlimited resources at the problem is probably not the best way to go. I mean, you're starting to see the ramifications of this with a lot of data teams having their costs, reviewed by CFOs and financial teams, partly because a lot of these teams have adopted, I would say, pretty loose practices in their modeling. And so, the discussion that I had on Ben's show, I think, was more illustrative of just, you need to be aware of all the trade-offs and know the different techniques. Pick what works for your situation, but don't just assume you can throw unlimited compute and columnar storage and I think that's the end-all be-all of solving your problem. The criticisms of Kimball as it relates to column storage is that joins aren't performant because it's column store, right? But I can tell you that Snowflake, BigQuery, they've done a much better job optimizing for joins. And so the old criticisms from several years ago where you probably wouldn't want to do a star schema in a column store like BigQuery, I mean, that's largely gone away. So I think it really comes down to, what's the end use case? How are people going to be using the data, right? And if people want to slice and dice by a traditional star schema and that's appropriate for your situation, then do it. If you want to use one big table and take advantage of the fact that you aren't doing any joins, you'll most certainly have some performance improvements because there are no joins. At the same time, I think that's a secondary consideration to having fidelity and understanding of your data. And really that is the essence of what data modeling is. So again, the rot in the industry, in my opinion, is that we figure because we have fancy tools, we can just throw those at the problem at the expense of really understanding our data, which again is what data modeling is all about. So anyway, check out the show. I think it was a fun chat that Ben and I had. Was it last Friday? So I'll be ranting more about this topic because I'm also writing a book on it. So anyway, yeah, comment sections are funny. Again, I'm more of the opinion I just kind of post and ghost these days. But it's interesting when you come across a comment that I think really does illustrate, I think, a lot of the problems in the industry. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight that, and hope you have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.